$100 a month. That is $3.30 a day, invested consistently over 40 years at an average market return. That becomes over $1 million. Not because of the money you put in, because of compound interest, the most powerful force in personal finance and the one most people never fully harness. In the next 10 minutes, you will understand exactly how it works and exactly how to make it work for you. Stay with me, because the number at the end of this video will change how you see every financial decision you ever make. Welcome to Money Explained in Minutes, where complicated money becomes simple truth in under 10 minutes. By the end of today, you will understand exactly what compound interest is, why it is the single most important concept in building long-term wealth, and exactly what to do to harness it starting this week. Let us get into it. Let us start with what compound interest actually is. Most people have a rough idea. Interest on interest. But the precise understanding is what makes the number shocking. Simple interest is when you earn interest only on the original amount you invested. Invest $1,000 at 10% simple interest for 5 years. You earn $100 every year. 5 years, $500 total interest. Compound interest is different. With compound interest, you earn interest on your original investment and on the interest you have already earned. Your interest earns interest, which earns more interest, and it keeps going every year, automatically. Let us run the same example with compound interest. $1,000 at 10% compound interest for 5 years. Year 1, you earn $100. Total, $1,100. Year 2, you earn interest on $1,100, not $1,000. Year 3, interest on $1,210. Year 4, Year 5, after 5 years, $1,611 versus $1,500 with simple interest, $111 more. That does not sound dramatic over 5 years. Now watch what happens over 40 years. Here is where it gets extraordinary. $1,000 invested at 10% compound interest for 40 years becomes $45,259. You put in $1,000, you got back $45,000. The extra $44,259 came entirely from compound interest, not from any additional money you put in. Now, let us look at what $100 per month does over 40 years. $100 per month for 40 years at 10% compound interest. Total amount you put in, $48,000. Total value after 40 years, $632,400. You put in $48,000. Compound interest added $584,400. That is 12 times what you put in from interest alone. And if you start 5 years earlier, at 20 instead of 25, the same $100 per month becomes over $1 million. 5 years of starting earlier is worth over $370,000. 5 years. Same monthly contribution. $370,000 difference. This leads to one of the most counterintuitive findings in all of personal finance. Starting early beats investing more. Person A invests $100 per month starting at age 25. They invest for 10 years, then stop completely at age 35. Total invested, $12,000. Then they never invest again. Person B waits until age 35 to start, then invests $100 per month every single month until age 65. Person B invests $36,000, 3 times what Person A invested. At age 65, who has more money? Person A, who invested for 10 years and stopped 30 years ago, has more money than Person B. Person A ends up with approximately $268,000. Person B ends up with approximately $227,000. Person A invested $12,000 and ended with $268,000. Person B invested $36,000 and ended with $227,000. The 10 years of compounding between age 25 and 35 were worth more than 30 years of investing afterward. This is the time value of money, and it is the most powerful argument for starting today. Now, here is the part of this video that most people do not see coming. Compound interest is not always your friend. It is a force, and forces do not care which direction they point. When compound interest works for you, it builds extraordinary wealth over time. When compound interest works against you, it builds extraordinary debt over time. The same mathematical engine, two completely different outcomes. Let us look at what compound interest does on the debt side. Most people understand compound interest in the context of saving and investing. Very few think about it in the context of the debt they carry. You have a credit card balance of $5,000 at 28% interest. You pay the minimum every month, let us say $150. Most of that payment is absorbed by interest. At 28% on $5,000, monthly interest alone is $117. So of your $150 payment, only $33 goes toward the balance. At this rate, it takes over 18 years to pay off the debt, and you will have paid over $12,000 to clear $5,000. This is compound interest working against you. The exact same mechanism that turns $100 a month into $600,000 is working against you on every high-interest debt you carry. The fastest way to harness compound interest positively is to eliminate the debt that uses it against you. So, how do you make compound interest work for you and not against you? There are three principles that determine which side of compound interest you land on. Principle 1. Start as early as possible. Every year you delay costs you far more than the year's worth of contributions. Principle 2. Invest consistently, regardless of what markets are doing. The compounding works on every contribution, not just the ones made when markets are up. Principle 3. Eliminate high-interest debt before or alongside investing. Compound interest at 28% working against you destroys any compound interest at 10% working for you. Kill the 28% first, then let the 10% compound for decades. Here is your 5-step compound interest action plan. This week, 0 cost. Works at any income level in any country. Step 1. Calculate how much compound interest is currently working against you. List every debt you carry with its interest rate. Anything above 10% is almost certainly costing you more than your investments are making. Step 2. Set up one automatic investment today, no matter how small. Even $10 per month started today begins compounding immediately. The habit of investing is worth more than the amount. Step 3. Increase your contribution by 1% of your salary this month. 1% more invested today is worth dramatically more than 1% more invested 10 years from now. Step 4. Use a compound interest calculator to see your specific number. Put in your age, your monthly contribution, and your retirement age. The number that comes out will change how urgently you act. Step 5. Never pause your contributions during market falls. When markets fall, your contributions buy more units at lower prices. Those units compound when markets recover. Pausing contributions during falls is one of the most expensive mistakes an investor can make. 5 steps. All free, all starting today. Let us bring everything together. Section 1. What compound interest actually is. Interest that earns interest, compounding automatically every year without you doing anything. Section 2. The maths that changes everything. $100 a month for 40 years at 10% becomes $632,000. Section 3. Why starting early beats investing more. 10 years of early compounding beats 30 years of later investing with 3 times the money. Section 4. The same force working against you, the same compounding that builds wealth, when pointed at your debt, destroys it. Section 5, compound interest and debt. Minimum payments on high-interest debt barely touch the principal. Section 6, how to harness it. Start early. Invest consistently. Eliminate high-interest debt. You now understand the most powerful force in personal finance, and the number that matters most is not how much you invest. It is when you start. The moment this video ends, do one thing. Open a compound interest calculator, put in your age and $100 per month. See what that number becomes at 65. Then set up one automatic contribution. Today, no matter how small, because you cannot harness what you never start. If this gave you value, subscribe to Money Explained in Minutes. Every week, one important money concept made as simple as possible. No jargon, no lectures, just clarity. Drop a comment below. How old were you when you first learned about compound interest? I read every single one. Next week, we are going further. We are looking at index funds. Exactly what they are, why they beat most professional fund managers, and exactly how to get started. Subscribe so you do not miss it. Money Explained in Minutes. Understand money. Build wealth. See you next week.